Hey, what's up, you guys? Pablo here, back in Ark on our single player file, and I completed our mobile base. Uh, Took a few tries, and I did end up taking sloped ceilings just because it's a little corny just to have squared walls for the entire series, and it wasn't that many engram points, so I just went ahead and took them. So, as you can see, we got ramps on the front, which I'm also hoping will scoop up a Pelagornis if it's just chilling in the water. It should just put them right up on these ramps on the side. I might put some railings up. I don't think so, though. I should be nowhere near the 88 limit. At some point I could just throw down something to, like a bunch of small things just to see how close I am and how much room we have to work with. Here's our chimney, so as we head inside, here's our little itchy Yornis. Hopefully you guys, maybe a few of you, have got one by now. But so we got our bed to respawn, preserving bin. We're cooking some food right now. So put that out. And I've been getting ready for us to head out. So I got a bunch of food. I was using itchy Yornis to get some prime while we're at it. I got just some raw fish meat in there, so as he gets hungry, he only has one food on him unless he ate it. Yeah, he's got one in there, and then if he needs more, we can feed him raw fish, because, again, don't need to. We can give him cooked meat, and it'll fill his hunger just the same, but it's just a little more realistic. So we have our smithy here, and again, to get it this close to a wall, we might have been able to inch it forward a little bit, but if you've ever tried to put a smithy up against a wall, you'll know how far away from the wall it actually needs to be before the game lets you snap it in. I did turn off the objects clipping thing just in case that would make it a little weird, but you just start without the wall there. That's it. It's it's that simple. This back one is the only one that'll affect it. The one on the left there, you can snug it up against that just fine, but just start without the wall there and put it where it needs to, then you can snap the wall in. No problem. Refining forge, 2 mortar and pestle. So this is our little, mobile crafting. At this point, it's everything we have up in the base anyway. We could use another refining forge if we really needed to, but yeah, it's whatever. So we got some crafting supplies here. I'm bringing a bunch of everything. I guess I need a little more stone to even it out to have 6 stacks of each, but it's okay. Here's some crafted base stuff if we want to try and throw up something real quick, just out of random stuff, if we need it. Here's just some gear. Got a bunch of narcotics, bunch of spark powder, our primitive pistol. I did find a scope engram, so that was cool. And that'll actually work with pistols. I don't know if that works with fabricated pistols. I would assume so. I forget what the other one's called, but so we can actually make this, and so that's cool, but not yet. And our stego saddle, and I wanted to show you the difference. So I found another green drop, and it had another ramshackle Diplo saddle, and you can see this one has a rating of 28, and this one's 28.8. So that's why people grind for engrams, because we can get rid of this one because we have one that's better. Also, what do we got? We got our fireplace here. Keep us nice and toasty when we head up north. We got some windows so we can see out if we need to. Right now I had so much thatch from the, yeah, that took 2 already, so it won't last long, but the Bronto there, just tons of thatch. And like I said, it's pretty bare bones in here right now. We can add another refining forge or more storage chests or whatever. But what I think is potentially the coolest part, because I watched a few videos online and I didn't see anybody else do this. Now there's a good chance I'm looking at it wrong, but on the roof we put a giant hatch frame. It's a 2x2 square, but the hatch frame is 1, the door is 1, so that's 2. So instead of 4 ceiling tiles, we're using 2. So we gain an extra 2, what we would normally have on our 88. I think, if I'm, you know, if I'm looking at it right, which I don't really know how I wouldn't be. But so now we can bring our Pteranodon in for, you know, scouting. I think his horn might stick up a little bit, but that won't be an issue. But yeah, so now we can leave the base. He'll be secure in case we want to go through the swamp. Because in the swamp, if he was just sitting out, you know, out in the middle there on top of the base or something, he'd be all exposed, and Capros would get him, Sarcos would come on him, and everything would just be aggroing on him. Everything aggroes by line of sight. So we don't have to worry about with this. And again, it's just 2 extra spaces for the raft, which with 88 as a limit, that's pretty important. So, and we can just line it up this way. Hop out, he's already in there. I might put another door somewhere, just because we can put one on the side here, just to get out easy. I can always extend this back one further, but I'm not too worried because it'll give us some room to grow. I have cleaned out the base here. So there's really nothing left inside except for this, because I didn't want to bring it. We did get a Bronto egg, which was cool. Unfortunately, I wasn't recording, but it is ginormous. We'll see more, and you'll see why in a little bit. I tamed us an Oviraptor. Now, to get the Oviraptor, you need to use other dinosaurs' eggs. I use dodo eggs because you get a ton of them, because dodos are just egg-laying machines. Now, you can see also that the dinos all have little eggs right above their heads. That is the effect of the Oviraptor. If you set the Oviraptor to wander, it'll give every nearby dino that's within range a egg-laying bonus. And the way to get around her not running around and just wandering off, because she's on wander, is to put her up to max weight. So just put some stone on her so she can't move. Now, she won't be able to mate, but that's not the point of why we're doing it. So every... Oh, I thought we'd get lucky there. So every dino is getting an egg boosting bonus. So with the mated pair ones, we should really be seeing some eggs soon. But again, we'll actually be away. They do have a half-hour spawn limit or despawn limit, so we'll see how that. You know, we'll stop back from time to time and see if we get any. The other thing I want to do is make some kibble, because again, it's funny how you forget what you're doing. So we need the eggs. For Dodo Kibble, you need rock carrot, and then I haven't even shown you guys yet. Our crops are coming in beautifully. Everything's full grown. So we'll come over to our rock carrots. You can see we've got 29 carrots, and whenever you successfully grow one of the crops, you get a seed back. So then you can go to the next one. So we'll grab our 29. We'll grab some fiber, as well as these water skins. Again, we'll need the water skins. We have the lighting source in there already. We'll throw our dodo eggs in, our fiber, that should definitely be enough, mayho berries, rock carrots, and then we just need the water skins. So to use the water skins, you gotta bring up the inventory, throw in your water skin, and it'll fill them up. And also, I guess just to show you, if you, on the PlayStation anyway, if you press square, you'll go into an inventory. So here, you know, triangle will make you drink. But if you just press square on anything, it'll go into its inventory. So it's a useful thing, because if you want to go into the inventory of the cooking pot without holding down triangle, easy way is to just press square. If there's no heat source in there, it will let you open the inventory, but if there's a heat source in there, the triangle option is to light the fire, and you have to hold down triangle to do it that way. So I think, oh, we do need cooked meat. Almost forgot the final ingredient, and then I was gonna be sitting here waiting for something to happen that wasn't gonna happen. Now with the cooking pot, it takes a little bit to make the kibble. The industrial cooker is so much nicer once you get there, but I think that's a level 100 engram maybe. I'm not entirely sure. So we'll just, I think it's 45 seconds maybe to make this, but we got the dodo egg, the raw carrot, the mayho berries, the cooked meat, the water. Sorry, I was mid-drink there. And there we go. We got our first kibble. Kibble has a crazy spoil time, so it lasts a really long time, and then that's without the preserving bin. So we'll grab this water skin because we have 10 eggs. There's not really a need unless you're gonna. Eventually, maybe we'll try messing around with some unique items for food or whatever, making our own recipes, but we're not too worried about that right now. We can get plenty of food, but the cooked items usually give you better bonuses and stuff like that. So we will get that, and that's all. So that's just going to take some time, so I'll let that go, and then I guess we can do this as well. So just because stuff can spawn here, and just want to keep it a little more secure, the trike and the bronto I'm going to set to neutral. So if anything attacks the base or any of our dinos, let's say a dilo comes in and feeling tough, or a Therizinosaurus comes in and just wants to clean house, which he will probably anyway, these two will protect it. They're the ones that have the best health and the best attack. Those are all just for eggs in there, so I'm going to leave them in there. Maybe I'll turn one of the pegos on neutral as well, but again, not so much PvE, but in PvP, what people will do is just like fire one arrow at your dino, and if it's on neutral, it'll come running after it. And they have a flyer, they could just fly out of render range, and wherever it loses sight of the attacking player, it'll just stop. So the way around that is when you're riding a dino, to whistle follow. So now this pego will be following the trike. We want to turn its follow off a little bit. So if for some reason, don't keep it on me. I don't know why you came so close. So let's say that pego goes running off chasing something. When it's done, it's going to come back to the Triceratops. So the same with the Bronto. We can whistle. I don't know if I can do it from up here. Bronto, but actually, yeah, that'll be too annoying. So I'll just have the trike follow the Bronto. The Bronto is now following the Triceratops. The Pego is following the Triceratops, and we can set them all. Ooh. We'll go in, change behavior to neutral. Pego, I'm counting on you. To neutral. And now the only one I'm not sure of is the trike, how to get it to follow something. Because like I said, normally like I whistle and the Bronto follows me, but if you're on a dino, and whatever dino you're looking at will follow the dinosaur that you're riding. That may have been a little confusing, but again, normally you whistle a dino to follow you, but if you're riding a dino, anything you whistle to follow will be following the dinosaur, not you. Then you can hop off and it'll just follow that dino. So if we had a saddle for one of the parasaurs or even the Phiomia, we could whistle the Triceratops to follow it and be done with it, but what about pick up the mail? Wonder if this will work. So we're holding the dodo. Nope. I wasn't sure if that would work. Just one to stop. We'll put you back away. There you. Nope. Nope. You good? Come on, buddy. There we go. So yeah, we'll just leave the trike, because the trike's not the fastest. I mean, the Bronto's definitely not the fastest. They won't go too far, I don't think. And also, I honestly don't even know, once render range is left, what happens if it runs in the background. So we need 4 more water skins filled. I forgot. So we can just, if you go to transfer all, it'll only transfer all the compatible ones, and then you don't have to individually do it. Take them all back. But yeah, that's it for now, and once we are ready to go, I'll be back.